Question 2. This question is about group 1 elements. Lithium and sodium are both group 1 elements. There's lithium, there's sodium. Explain why the nucleus of lithium has a positive charge, but the atom has no charge, and it's worth 5 marks. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 bullet points. So this is an interesting question. First of all, it's an explain, which means for each mark, or each pair of marks, I'm expecting to describe something first, and then add a so what. So describe plus. This is a nested question because they could easily have split this question into 3 parts. It's actually asking for different things. So first of all, it asks about the nucleus of lithium, and this is lithium here. It asks about the nucleus of lithium, which is inside that red circle there. And then it asks about the whole atom, which obviously is all of it, everything in total. The bit it's not asking about are the electrons. So I'm going to talk first of all about the nucleus. So the nucleus is an obvious place to start. It's the first question here. And I know that at the end I'm going to be talking about the atom, the whole atom. But it may well be, it seems like there's something missing because at the moment I'm not talking about the electrons at all. So let's see how this sort of pans out. So my describe part first of all, well, I know that the nucleus contains 4 neutrons and 3 protons. There's my describe part. So what? Well, protons have a charge of +1. Neutrons have 0 charge. Okay, that's another bit of a describe. Well, what does that mean? That means the nucleus has charge of +3 in total. Okay, because there are 3 neutrons, each neutron has a charge of +1, therefore it's got charge +3. Well, I'm not really ready yet to talk about the atom because that's where all the positive charge is, but the electrons are important as well. So I've talked about the nucleus, but I need to talk about the electron shells. So here I'm going to talk about that. So there are 3 electrons in shells around the nucleus. Okay, so 3 electrons in shells around the nucleus. So here's my describe part. Electrons have charge of -1. So the electron shells or electrons in shells have charge of -3 in total. Okay, so I've talked about the nucleus. Now I've talked about the electron shells, which means now I've got 1 mark left to bring them both together to talk about the atom. So the charge of nucleus plus charge of electrons equals 0. So atom has no charge overall. Okay, and you might write that in different ways. Be careful with saying that one thing balances the other, cancels out. Yeah, maybe it's probably okay. But yeah, in general, that's how you'd answer that. So that looks like a really difficult question initially, but by using bullet points and headings, it becomes much more straightforward.